Having trouble with your garage door? Problem solved. Call Direct Service Overhead Garage Door Company. We're your go-to team for garage door repair, new garage doors, openers, and more. We offer same-day service. We're always ready when you need us. Best of all, you can book your appointment online or talk to a live operator 24/7. No machines, no waiting. So whether it's a broken spring or a brand new garage door, trust the local experts at Direct Service Garage Doors. Call us today or visit directserviceoverhead.com.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Lights. First off, I want to make sure that I know Tim can hear me. I want to make sure chat can hear me. StreamYard had a big update. My Shure MV7 microphone had a big update, and it's giving me all kinds of weird lights. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm assuming they can. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Hunter Yurchek hates Arkansas, says Mac. Okay, they can hear me. Good. Okay, awesome. Appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you like, share, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And then when you hit the notification bell, make sure you hit for all announcements. Anytime we're live, that way you get, God willing, you get a push notification from YouTube that these guys, these boneheads, these knuckleheads are live. Alongside me tonight, it's good to have someone on here with me. It's none other than Tim Neal. Tim, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm back. Sorry about last Monday.
Yeah, what the hell?
I just had family stuff Monday and Wednesday last week. You know, I try not to let family get in the way of the important stuff, but every once in a while.
No, I get it, man. I do. As always, I appreciate when you can make time for the Monday and the Wednesdays when you're able to do that. So someone asked me in Discord if we we're going to make this a call-in show. If we might, we always try to hit the hour-half mark. We might, the last 30 minutes, we might make this a call-in. So you might want to stick around. I know people got thoughts and opinions on this,
but you guys have to call in because we've made call-in shows by request and then had one person call in.
Yeah, like one person
have to call in if we make it a call-in show.
Like, listen, I know some of you are pissed by this about the Franklin stuff. I know you're pissed. I know you're probably even like, this is a little bit embarrassing. Once again, we feel like even though it's not the same, it feels like the Kiffin moment all over again, where we thought we might have the guy. Which, yeah, I mean, hindsight being 2020, there's always all kinds of smoke out there. It's easy to buy into this stuff, so don't feel too ashamed. But I know some of you are pissed. I know you got thoughts, and I want you to call in and tell us. So we will share that link later and give you the opportunity to do that. Kapasky says VT is a shitty school. Well, yeah. I mean, I think them and Arkansas are very similar. I don't know. Yeah. So, we are Vandy, says Smoke and Tempt.
We wish we were Vandy right now.
Well, if you guys haven't heard, it is official that James Franklin, is headed to Virginia Tech to be the next head football coach there. And it is, I'm not saying he was my number one guy. I'm not sure I ever had him as my number one guy. But it does feel a little bit like a punch to the gut a little, because there is something about, that Arkansas absolutely was in contact with him. Both parties, as most people have reported, both parties were interested in one another. He just chose the prettier girl to the prom, and you're not as pretty right now, and you haven't been as pretty, Tim, for a while. And that's what That's what sucks. It's like the reality of the situation. Now, there's been some reports, and I don't like going into the health stuff, but he has a kid, something about some, disease or something. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I don't want to get into that too much. Only that you looked this up. You asked AI about this. And so the belief is that, he chose Virginia Tech because a hospital there is able to address the needs of one of his kids.
Sickle cell was what it was supposedly.
And you looked it up, and it turns out Arkansas, this children's hospital in Springdale, does actually have a specialist. Is that correct?
According to AI, Springdale Children's Hospital actually offers advanced therapy for sickle cell. So I know AI can get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
But it actually pulled up doctors' names associated with the hospital that specialize in sickle cell. So it makes it seem like that is probably not the reason. If there's a reason, that's probably not the one.
It just, to me, it's Arkansas. It's like you and I said before the live. Virginia Tech, with that schedule, the demands are probably similar to what they are at Arkansas, but the schedule isn't as tough.
Yeah.
So, and to be fair, like before, I know there's a narrative that Arkansas is just going to fire you if you don't work out. They did give Pittman, after 1 8-win season, the guy was here nearly 6 years, and he hit those 8 wins in year 2. Yeah. So, I hear all sides on this. I get it, but I really think at the end of the day, it's being in the SEC and not having the NIL and all that stuff in place sooner. And it sounds like Virginia Tech, there were a lot of reports that Virginia Tech they were mounting an attack on that NIL stuff and getting everything fixed as far as the financials.
That does seem like the bigger thing because, how many times have we heard, well, that coach they would love to be in the SEC and prove themselves in the SEC. So you can't say the schedule's a drawback. The schedule's supposed to be the thing that proves the coach. But the NIL could be the problem. It really could be. And not that we don't have it, but that we don't have it lined up.
Yeah, it's not in a good place right now. And, there's a fan NIL thing out there, the inside the hog pen. Sorry, I haven't actually visited the site in a minute. That's on me. That's my fault. Been a little busy. But I think last it was reported they'd only had like $1,200. And there's just not a lot of excitement right now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give money. Virginia Tech this year, they opened up the year against the most overrated team in college football, and I think you and I said this before the season, South Carolina, in a game they lost 24-11. They did play Vanderbilt, okay, and then they turn around later on in the year. They had to go to Georgia Tech, who was at the time 13th in the country. Georgia Tech is, by the way, 9-1 right now. Louisville, who is, they're good, they're not great, but they're 7-3 right now. They were 16th at the time. And they've got Miami, who's 15th, and Virginia, who's 19th left on their schedule. So this year maybe is kind of the exception. But overall, most of the time, you and I and chat know that, Virginia Tech doesn't have to deal with the LSUs, the Alabamas. Now, apparently, Oklahomas, Texas A&Ms, they don't have them on their schedule. They do have South Carolina and Vanderbilt. They lost to both of them. They lost to Vandy bad by 24 points, 44-20. But,
right.
This is to me, there's no contest here. I think it's the schedule and not being in a situation as far as the money. You're just not as in a pretty of a situation. As far as the schools are concerned, I do think Arkansas, I would give the nod to being a little bit like a benchmark up, but it's that other stuff that's just more attractive. How pretty your school is just doesn't matter anymore. It's like, it's about where you're at financially, and they are in a nice place to recruit, by the way. Let's not sit here and pretend like Virginia Tech. Certain name comes to mind back in the day, one of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks to ever play, and a Vic, him and his brother both went to Virginia Tech. But there's a Springdale quarterback that went there too, by the way.
Who?
Yeah, Will Hunt.
Oh.
Will Hunt went to Virginia Tech. I forgot all about that. He was behind, I think he was behind the younger Vic brother. I may have to Google that, but I'm almost positive that's right. It was back when Springdale High was damn good at football, when there's only one high school in the city. But yeah, this is it is disappointing, but James Franklin picks Virginia Tech over Arkansas.
Yeah. So, Ty, at least one question.
Oh boy.
Who you gonna get?
Maybe chat can help us out with this. Make
All
sure
right,
you
chat.
guys like and share. Make sure you're sharing because sharing is caring. And then make sure you hit the subscribe button. Gary Davis is in chat, and he's not real happy that I mentioned some insider news on the last live show I think I did. Maybe it was Friday's live because I did an impromptu live on Friday. But I had mentioned that there was something about Petrino, about Bobby Petrino that was released, that was leaked in our Patreon. And I say leaked, it was just mentioned. I won't say who mentioned it, but I shouldn't have even brought it up, but I did, so I'm gonna have to follow it up. He called me out and I'll follow it up. The Patreon members probably know what I'm about to say, but that Bobby was told already that, and this was like a week or two ago, that he was not in the running. That he was not in the running for the job. Now I think that person is still waiting to get full confirmation on that, but that's what was in our Discord. So I actually went back, and it is pinned. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you can go to Insider, and I tagged it today. It was actually something that someone said a little while back, but I went through because you could filter by name and you could look at what each person said. Yeah, that's right. Anything you've ever said, we can go back and find it. And I did that in Patreon chat, and I found it. You have to scroll because that Patreon chat is wild, son. But I found it, and but what was said was they have already told Bobby he is not going to be picked. So if that is, and again, I think we're still working on verification on that. Obviously, we'll know something by that whenever the hell they decide to announce who the next head coach is. But yeah, Heartbreak Hogs is asking for Bobby Petrino, is asking for more 6-6 seasons or worse. Yeah, well, I think at this point it is. It just I don't know how you would sell Bobby Petrino. I really don't. I don't know how you would sell Bobby Petrino.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it. Kill him 710 says we need Hunter gone if we want a great football program. It's hard to argue with that right now. Chat, who do you think? Who are we going to get? Scott says or Kyle, Mr. Kick says, I hate it here. He's talking about being an Arkansas fan. I know someone in chat's going to be like, what do you mean? Just get Dillingham ready. Says Brady G 311 or 111. Almost said 311. Say it, Ty. Bobby MF Petrino. No, it doesn't look like that's going to be the guy. I'm not seeing. Well, here's Heartbreak Hog. He says Eric Morris.
Pesky says Summerall all day.
Where's that at? Right there.
Yep.
Summerall all day.
Yep.
I mean, Tim, I know we've talked about this before, but some time has passed. Do you have a list, or is there someone that intrigues you?
I don't have a working list at this point. I think there are some interesting options out there. I still think Silverfield being 4-0 against the SEC at Memphis is interesting. The North Texas coach who can take a 0-star quarterback and make him the best passer in the nation is interesting.
Who didn't play high school ball or something? Didn't even play.
0 stars were not recruitable. I mean, and now he's the best passer in the nation. I think he's an interesting look. I think it really comes down to, who's going to have openings. We're not done seeing openings yet. That's the crazy thing. We're not done seeing openings. So you've got Florida and LSU, and potentially when one of those gets filled, you'll have Ole Miss, all of whom are in better better positions to get top-rated coaches than we are. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
A name was thrown at me this afternoon, and I was gonna run it by you and Travis. I was gonna be like, well, what about this guy?
Who is it?
And he is at a group of 5 school. And I'm not saying I want this guy, but it was, he said, find this guy, look him up, look up the his wins and losses, and then just see what you think. Like maybe down the road if he had a couple more years under his belt at his current school. That is Jason Eck. He's 48 years old, head coach at New Mexico. Yeah, I know your first response is probably the same as mine. Mine was like, you got to be kidding. No, because I already kind of knew somewhat about this guy. He was at Idaho, who apparently was an absolute, I don't know this. This is just from the person who texted me this afternoon. I didn't have time to go in and like verify everything that he said, but he was like, yeah, Idaho was an absolute shithole. Year 1, he goes 7-5, 6-2 in conference. Year 2, 9-4. Then year 3, 10-4. He's currently in New Mexico, and they're 7-3, and they are staring down the barrel of probably a 9-3 year. And again, my first response, after reading that, the only thing I got back to him with was like, yeah, that's great, but he lost to Boise State. His only real good game of the year, or his best loss of the year, was at Michigan. And they lost to them. It wasn't a complete blowout, but it was 34-17. They did beat Dan Mullen. They beat the Fighting Mullins 40-35. They're putting up pretty good points, but they lost to all their decent teams that they're supposed to play this year. They've lost all those games. And I get this is year 1. But the argument that I guess I could make, if you wanted me to say, well, what about Eck? I don't know. I guess he's won everywhere he's gone, but the problem is he's only got 3 full years of coaching, and it was at Idaho, and he's just now in his first year at New Mexico. And I said, well, let's see this in like 4 years. Let's see what's going on. No, he wouldn't. He's definitely not even on my short list at all. He's not on my list. But I think the point that he wanted me to arrive to is that he's another like up-and-comer who has won at difficult places. And that's one of the things that's attractive about Summerall. Summerall hasn't coached that much longer, has he? How long has he been a head coach?
Yeah, I don't know.
And his record is very similar. But he completely turned some schools around. He's done a good job, and I'm not denying that. But all the interest in John Summerall, and it's like, okay, John Summerall's he's only in his 4th year as a head coach, and people love this guy. And I think, again, the only way you could justify someone like a Jason Eck is if you're going that John Summerall route. Like, then Eck probably does enter the conversation if you swing and miss on John Summerall and you swing and miss on whoever the hell. Name your top 5 coaches. Does eventually someone like a Jason Eck get the nod? Because he's done the same thing Summerall's done. Now, he's also, you talk about, the more I look at him, the more it's a Brett Bielema clone like I've never seen before. That's going to instantly turn everybody off. Ironically, he played offensive line at Wisconsin.
And he coached offensive line.
He coaches offensive line. Yeah, that's his background. It's like, no, I think I'm going to say no to that. But give it like 3 or 4 years, and maybe we can revisit his name if we're in this situation again.
That being said, he did win assistant coach of the year as an offensive coordinator for South Dakota State.
Yeah. I don't know much more about him other than that. I'm assuming he's a run heavy guy. I don't know. I didn't even pull up their stats, but this is just a name that's like oh my God, we've swung and missed on everybody. Now we really are going to have to hire some up and comer no one's heard of. That to me, though, would be a damn near Chad Morris type, like you're desperate and you're just going to pull the first, semi-attractive name, although he's got, more years as a head coach at the college level than Chad did. But, and he's had a 9-10 and possibly another 9-win season under his belt, but that's one name. I mean, if you're talking about, well, if we are in as bad of a situation as we think we are, and again, I don't think we are. I just don't think we are. I think it's just the challenge of the SEC schedule that's got us and the fact that we fired yet another coach. Last 2 head coaches have been fired before they could even complete their final season. I think some of that has a mark for these coaches, but they don't forget. I'll tell you that much. They know what's going on. I mean, their agents tell them, like, yeah, no, this has kind of been a place where head coaches' careers go to struggle.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on him in the future. Someone just to keep an eye on, but not this year. It would be, oh my God, we're so desperate. And boy, that's not a good place you want to be in at all. I'm a man. I'm 40. Oh Lord. Again, that's another.
No,
that's a desperate. You are.
If you're looking at Mike Gundy, and you're looking at Jimbo Fisher, you just want to slit the Razorbacks' wrists. That's what you're trying to do. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. Jason Fountain says, I bet they couldn't get Summerall.
Maybe not.
That's the growing, like when you whiff. We said this weeks ago. This is going to be a roller coaster ride, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride of emotions as well for fans, because when you find out that we couldn't get Franklin, we got beat out, then the realization starts to kind of seep in a little bit for fans that, oh hell, maybe we're not as high up on the coaching or the program scale as we thought for these coaches. Oh crap.
Well, success brings success. When you win, coaches want to come here. Even if you ended up firing someone, they had some good, like you should have coaches that want to be there. But when you've been in the cellars, I mean, you got to have a special guy who goes, I'm going to go in and revive that Arkansas program to its Frank Broyles greatness, because it's just not.
Houston Nutt took the job when it was. I mean, my God, you fired a coach year 2, and then you had Danny Ford after that,
and then Danny Ford back to back.
Yeah,
and then Houston Nutt.
Well, you had the interim hire there for the year in between before you got Ford here. And Houston Nutt came in 90, whatever year that was. I think I was in like 7th grade, 97, 90, 98, something like that. But I can remember the verbiage and how exciting he was to listen to. He got fans bought in, and I guess he was telling players, like, no, we're going to play for a championship. And you think about that Sterner fumble. You think about how close they actually were to being, like, they were in the conversation. They were in the conversation until that Tennessee game. And they still kind of were after that Tennessee game, but then they lose to Mississippi State. And I swear, like, that's when I was really into football, and I always thought they're not passing the eye test like they once were. They weren't playing the same. It wasn't the same team before Tennessee. I think that Tennessee game broke them. Yeah. And that's back when one loss completely knocked you out of an opportunity to win the national title. That's back when you played 11 games. Yeah, one loss was like, is just detrimental, and or to you need to go undefeated no matter the conference to be in that conversation, especially a school like Arkansas, who's not, even then we knew we're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. And that's, I agree with you. I think that's what you need. You need a coach to come in and have that kind of mentality. Like, we're going to build this up. We're going to be respectable again. I'm not saying you need someone to come in and tell everyone we're going to win a championship. I'm not saying that, but just to have that, we're here, we're going to kick some ass. We're turning this shit around. Like, this is unacceptable. Arkansas football should not be what it is right now. It should not be at the bottom of the barrel. You shouldn't be butt cheeks like you've been for so long.
I think that's where you get the people who are saying we've got to have a guy who knows the state and can recruit the in-state players, and a guy from here. And that's why you have a push for a Malzahn and a Lashley, because they're from here, and you would hope that that the pride of the state would mean something. I'm just not 100% sure it does. We do have a super chat there.
Oh, we do. Yeah. Good catch. Hog Wild YouTube says Mike Gundy underfunded at OSU, proven winning track record. If funded, it's a fact. Look him up. Hate on me all you want. Mullet for the win. Here's the problem. Hog Wild, I don't disagree the guy had had the offensive genetics of greatness. I just kind of made that up on the fly. He could absolutely do it on offense. There's no doubt that guy turned Oklahoma State into something they had no business being. I mean, they should not be as good as they were. You know, they have such a tiny footprint. Like, did they even belong in the power? You know, back in the Power 5 days? Yeah, I guess they did kind of. That rivalry with Oklahoma certainly helped him out, but he beat Oklahoma. In fact, he beat their last head-to-head before OU went to the SEC. Here's the problem. And I didn't really know this, and I haven't fact-checked all this, but apparently he butted heads heavily with the athletic department, with the athletic director, and with donors. Apparently he didn't get along with who's their big donor. It's got a goofy redneck name. T-Boone. Oh, T-Boone Pickens.
But he died.
Yeah, he died. But he apparently wanted more say in the program, I guess, and Gundy just wasn't having it. Now, again, I haven't verified all that. I don't know how much that's true. I know some Oklahoma State friends of mine have said he does not get along with the higher ups. I don't know that I want that here. I mean, would that work here? Would someone who butted heads with donors and the AD constantly, is that something you want? I don't know that works here. That might work at Oklahoma State where you play a cupcake bullshit schedule, you know, in the Big 12, but you're not. This is the SEC, dude. Like, sometimes you're probably going to have to give in to some of their demands. I don't know.
Well, the thing about Gundy too is he couldn't even get along with his alma mater, a place he should have respect for. He was a quarterback for Oklahoma State.
That's true.
So you take him out of Oklahoma State, you think he's going to get along better with for a university he has no buy-in to?
Yeah. He has connections to the U of A. His like two of his kids, I think, went to school here. One of them went to school at the University of Arkansas. T-Boone, not Jay. I didn't say Jay. Didn't I say T-Boone?
You did. You said T-Boone.
Maybe Kelly talking to somebody else. I don't know. I want Signetti type coach as Patrick Smith. I don't know.
$15 million a year. We can go get Signetti.
Maybe, right? Did he just get signed to an extension too?
$12 million a year, 11.6, I think.
I think if you want a Signetti type coach, I really think you'd have to look at Morris. I really do. I mean, like you said, the guy, man, again, not on my top three, but he is doing something special with that quarterback in that offense. And that's hard to overlook, man. That is so hard to overlook. I know that last name just rubs everybody the wrong way. Isn't it crazy how much damage Chad Morris has done to this football program? Isn't it nuts? We don't want to coach from SMU, and we don't want to coach with the last name Morris. We don't want to coach that looks like Chad Morris. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
But our interim coach wins like Chad Morris, so.
Oh, the Bobby Petrino folks are gonna come after you, man.
Look, I was on the Bobby train for a little bit. I was okay with 500 yards of offense, but I'm not okay with 3 to 5 turnovers a game.
And eventually,
that's where I fall off the wagon. 3 to 5 turnovers a game. You have to do something.
I know we're going to get, well, that's the players. Here's the problem. How many different players have fumbled the ball since Bobby Petrino's been anything to do with the offense?
Well, I mean, he's the coach, regardless. You fix it. You don't just continue to put the players out there if they're going to throw the games away. You fix it. You're the coach.
It's kind of crazy. It's just that LSU game. I mean, you talk about I'm surprised there's anybody that's still on the Bobby train, to be honest. I'm still kind of shocked by that. I should say shocked. I'm a little surprised because it is just he's since he's been the coordinator and the interim head coach, it's like they find new ways to win. Yes, Green and Braylon Russell and Washington have had a lot to do with that, with the fumbling. I get it. And Washington's carelessness with the football, totally understandable. But Man, at some point there is a common denominator there, and I've never seen the kind of turnovers that I've seen the last 2 years. I mean, they put the ball in the field, not fumbles given up, but total times they fumbled the ball. What was it, like 40
in the last
times?
2 years, 48 times I think it was.
It's crazy. And it's just I don't know. I'd rather walk away from that.
I know you want to save most of the talk for Wednesday with football.
Mhm.
But I think it is worth I think it is worth noting that Bobby said in his press conference today, he was like, someone asked him, "Are you going to give KJ a chance to play?" And he said, "Well, what we're gonna do is put the person who gives us the best chance to win on the field." Well, I recognize that all the yards and production come from Talon, but all the turnovers come from Talon too.
Yeah.
I'm not against giving KJ a chance. I'm just saying.
Are you saying put in KJ?
Put in KJ.
That's what he's saying.
That's
you
what
heard
I'm
it right
saying.
here.
Give him 2 games to prove himself. You're out of here anyway.
Yeah, they probably won't because Green's, he's trying to get drafted, and that would be.
Dude,
I mean, I'd be all for it, but I don't see him doing that.
He can maybe get a practice team contract after all these interceptions.
Yeah,
he's not going in the first. He's not going the first 5 rounds anyway.
No, I've said all along. I think he's a 6th or 7th round project draft pick. I just think that's what he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
he can play Arena League.
Yeah. Green ain't getting drafted, says Malik Acuff here. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
I really disagree with you, honestly.
Maybe not. I don't know. His turnovers are just good Lord. And throwing into double and triple coverage. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like he's regressed again. He was doing so good. And then oh God, it's so brutal to watch. Because we know at his best, he can chop defenses up. He can run by them, throw over them, throw around them. He could do some crazy stuff out of the pocket. He could throw off his back foot, or he could throw in midair. Like, we've seen him do crazy stuff. He can hit guys, he can drop dimes. We've seen him do it, and then receivers drop the ball in the end zone time and time again. It's like,
right.
It's just, if it's not one thing, it's another, and it's getting very frustrating to watch Green play. I don't know.
Yeah,
Criswell. Hey, for you guys just hopping in here, make sure you share the content, hit the like button down below. Shout out to Patreon supporters. Cards were shipped, by the way. All the Tusk Talk with Ty Patreon October members, their cards were shipped off on Friday, I think. So hopefully you guys will be getting, the winners will be getting their cards this week. Tim, do you know you won? You won.
Yes, Trevin Brazil. Yeah,
you got this, and I got your name on it. I was just gonna.
Let's meet up because I've got your bottle of dough ball.
Well, there we go. We got to meet up. You're an $8 donor, and you won the $8. You got the card. You got Brazil here. You're the number one guy, the most physical player Arkansas's ever had at the forward spot, right? Golly, he's killing me right now.
On that basketball note.
Oh gosh. We got more to say about football. We got more coaching stuff, but I do want to transition really quick to basketball. You got something. Go ahead and start.
I mean, I don't have a lot, but why are we struggling with Samford? I get the struggle with Michigan State early. I feel like there was some home cooking, but Samford.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. I know he had 5 guys in double figures. Malik to me still showing that he's probably the best. I like Darius Acuff, but Malik is the best player on the team.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about
that.
Wait,
who'd you say was the best player on the team?
Malik.
Man, that's actually good.
17 points, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, it's hard. I guess so.
He's the best rebounder on the team. He's the best scorer on the team. Acuff can. I mean, as far as scoring goes, Acuff gives him a run for his money, but Malik is more of an all-around player.
Acuff's supposed to be the point. He's supposed to be the one.
He's doing what he's supposed to do, but
I don't know. Thomas takes so many damn shots, but I don't know, like you don't want him to necessarily stop. Some of his shot selection outside's a little, like, bro, you could have passed that up and there's a better open look somewhere closer to the rim. Like, what are you doing? But then he makes some of those too, though. And it's a tough one. I think between him and Acuff is a good. I mean, Acuff is averaging close to 20 points a game. But Thomas isn't too far behind him. He's at 18 with almost double the amount of boards. They're both averaging 4.8 assists.
Right.
Now,
I think Thomas is a more complete player. Acuff is a scorer. He's flashy and he's a scorer, but I think Thomas is more complete.
I really want to see some more, like, I want to see more ball movement especially with Thomas. I mean, again, I know sometimes it's like, dude, you could make that shot. I'll tell you what, I love watching him shoot the corner pocket. I swear to God, he's got to be shooting like 80% at the corner pocket.
Yeah.
And that is deadly. When you've got someone who can make that shot and be as consistent as he's been, that's deadly. That's a problem for defenses. Because that can open up a lot, and now you got it, not just both sides out on the perimeter, or not just the top of the perimeter, but it's both sides of the perimeter you got to deal with. So that's a dangerous combination. Regardless, him and Acuff are dangerous. I think you and I will agree, even though Brazil's played one less game than all the other starters, Brazil's got to play better. Brazil's got to be so much better.
I mean, he is averaging 14 and 7.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I think so. I just pulled that off the screen. It's something like that. It's really close.
I've got it pulled up. 14 and 7. And that's good, but I think he's still leaving it on the floor. He's leaving some production out on the floor.
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah, it really does.
Carter Knox too, not playing as well this year so far.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him on the boards. He's averaging close to 7 rebounds a game, which kind of took me by surprise when I looked at that the other day. Or I was actually after the game, after their last game, and it was the day after that game, and the stats were updated. I saw that like 7. I think it's like 6 point something boards per game. I was a little surprised with that. It's early in the year,
7, but he's also the leading turnover machine for the.
Yeah, that's been his problem. Turnovers. He's got to shake some of that off. He's shooting like, what was he, 45, 50% or something?
50% from the field, 100% from the line, which is fantastic. We have 2 guys doing that right now.
Oh, this is a good comment. Jeremy Blackford says we badly need a Thero and a big man. They need a Jonas Adu.
Speaking of Adu Thero, did you see what happened the other night?
When was that him?
Dunked on Jonas. But then at the end, that was his first points. At the end of the game, they tried to get him the game ball, for scoring his first rookie points. And, and the refs wouldn't let him have it. So Giannis went and took the ball from the officials.
What the hell?
And gave it to him.
The hell was that all about?
I don't know.
Wonder if he pissed the refs off.
I don't know, but they were not, like, he was holding it and they're like, you have to give this to us. You have to give it to us. And other players came over and tried to stand up for him, but Giannis went over and he grabbed the ball and he just handed it to him. He's like, it's yours.
Yeah.
Your first pro point. Pretty cool.
Little bit I'm gonna be real. I'm behind on Razorbacks in the NBA, but it is.
Well, there's one other great story. Moses Moody shot 7 3-pointers, made 7 3-pointers in the first quarter of the other night.
Had like 20
points.
Oh my God. But he had like 20 of them in the first quarter.
Yeah, from 7 3-pointers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, good for him, man. Maybe it's finally
big
going
game
through. So yeah. Well, Arkansas next up. They got a couple of, I don't want to call them scrub games because it's basketball. You never know, but a couple of winnable games left before they play Duke. They've got Winthrop and Jackson State. I think Jackson State's like really bad right now. I don't know about Winthrop actually. I want to pull that up, but yeah, they're 2-2. They've lost to George Mason and Coastal. Damn, pretty close game at George Mason though. 96-90. They're putting up points. They lost to Coastal, but they only put 66 up on Coastal. But they beat Mercer 105-69. They beat Queens 81-74. So this week, again, it's going to be similar to last week. I probably will do a post game for Winthrop. I may not do a post game this week at all. I don't know for basketball, because it's a Tuesday Friday again. I'm pretty sure. I think that's right. Yeah. So I'm not sure I'll do a post game this week or not. But Duke, the 27th, I think right now I am going to be available for that. I think. And it's a 7 p.m. tip off on the 27th.
Thanks.
So, yep. So I will definitely be doing a post game for that one way or another, assuming I'm available, unless plans change. So I'm so excited for that. You better be riding a 4-game win streak going into that. And then you turn around a little while later and you play Louisville, Tim. So this is like, after you get these two out of the way, you've got 3. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 really damn tough non-cons left. Duke, Louisville, Texas Tech, and Houston.
Yeah.
They better figure this stuff out. Like this,
Jackson State is getting blown out by everybody, but they're playing an Arkansas type of schedule. They lost.
Are they?
17, lost to number 11. They play number 22 before us, and then they play us.
Oh wow!
So 4 of their first 5 games are top 25 teams.
Damn. Well, they're trying to get ready to make moves in conference play, I guess. Good Lord.
I guess.
They're not going to make a tournament with that kind of schedule. Losing all those, and then you combine that with a weak conference schedule. It's GG's, bro. So, yeah, Winthrop and Jackson State are left. So, again, I may do a post game for one or the other. I may not do one. I may not do a single post game this week. I'm getting a little bit more picky. There's just I've got my own reasons, but Duke, I will definitely be here. So that will be a late one. Really
I'll
late
try because it's late. I should be able to.
Do you work that following day? Friday?
I don't have a job.
Oh,
hey guys, I don't have a job. If anybody has any connections with Walmart vendors, I sell this shit out of stuff. It's not even a joke. I turned a brand into the number 1 margarita brand in the country by selling it into Walmart. But currently today,
that's my bad.
Things beyond my control, I do not have a job.
I don't know why I thought that, or why I was thinking you worked on. Well, you could have a job by then. I don't know.
I've had quite a few interviews, but nothing has come to a conclusion yet. I have some prospects.
This economy, eventually it'll hopefully balance itself out and maybe more job opportunities will open up. Yeah. So yeah, all right, cool. Well, then maybe we can both do one. It'd be awesome if we could get Travis on here too. By the way, speaking of Travis, I thought he was going to join us tonight. I guess not.
He's 12 minutes late.
He is 12 minutes late. That son of a bitch. Let me tag him in Discord. He's going to say, nah.
My bad, fellas.
Nah, even though I said I would, nah.
I'm an 8-pack deep so far.
Yeah, I'm 9 beers in already. So yeah, well, hopefully Arkansas gets everything straightened out by Duke, man, because that game, oh man, I'm so excited. They're going to play that at the United Center. I'll tell you what else is cool though. With your remaining non-cons, man, Louisville's coming into Bud Walton on December 3rd.
It's going to be a big game.
Oh, dude. Unfortunately, it's a Wednesday night, though. 6 p.m., which is, I love 6 p.m. ball. Thank God we got a 6 p.m. weekday game. It means I won't be up at 11 o'clock doing a post game. But hopefully, man, if they imagine winning Duke and Louisville, imagine beating those two back to back, son. Oh, my God. Woo. Talk about a resume builder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to this coaching stuff. Again, we asked you guys to tell us who you think, who you going to get. Tell us who is your. Now that we've kind of recalibrated a little bit, now that we know that you're likely not going to get Dan Mullen, 0.0 chance. No Rhett Lashley, because he got supposedly signed an extension with SMU. I don't know that we ever got confirmation on that, but I'm sure he did. No Franklin. So now that we could basically take those 3 off the table, you guys tell us. You tell us who you're going to get. Okay? That's all we want to know. We just want to know who you're going to get. Bobby P is our guy.
The sad thing is, you could end up with that if everybody's gone.
Man, it's going to excite.
If everybody you wanted is gone,
what would you do? Okay, what if Gruden is out there? Someone's bringing up Gruden. Would you just roll the dice on Gruden and say no, thank you, Bobby? We're going to go Gruden. Would you just say, yeah, let's do it, let's try it?
I mean, it can't be any worse than where we are, right?
It's got to be a better hire.
It's a bridge hire again, but it can't be any worse. So maybe,
or it could be an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
Scott Bells, who's been really chirping on Twitter, has just tweeted at me. Got a pretty large following, actually. I've seen him chatting on Twitter here and there. But he responded to our tweet, breaking Hogs Whiff on James Franklin. Now what? He responds, get back to this in a week or two. So I don't know if maybe he's expecting something. I don't know.
I mean, there's only 2 weeks of the season left.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Like maybe he knows something we don't know. I don't know. Everyone knows something apparently, right? Like,
yeah.
Everybody
knew Franklin was getting hired. So,
and again, some of that stuff does change. I believe wholeheartedly that Arkansas reached out. I mean, this has been confirmed but from people that I respect, that Arkansas did reach out, and that there was stuff on the table, and that Virginia Tech was still in that fight, and I mean, look what ended up happening. Look what ended up being true. He did. We knew all along Virginia Tech was right there. We knew all along Arkansas and Virginia Tech were fighting it out for him. Right. He just chose the less problematic school, the less toxic prom date. I think we're kind of I think we might be a little toxic too, on top of being ugly.
Yeah.
We've got all the problems here, I think, and that's we got to get someone to turn us into Cinderella, damn it. Turn us into something gorgeous. I don't know. Put the lipstick on the pig. You got to figure this out, because it's not man, this is just not going to work. I mean, you can't, if it gets to a situation where it's that bad, where you've either got to keep Bobby or you got to hire someone like a Gruden. I don't know, man. I guess your thoughts and prayers, like hopefully these guys can do it. Hopefully they can figure it out.
Then do you get the best of the worst worlds? Is Gruden a defensive coach?
He's an offensive guy.
Oh, is he offensive? Okay. I was gonna say you get Gruden and you keep Bobby.
Yeah.
How bad can it get at Arkansas?
Yeah. Maybe they convince Durkin. I mean, I know his name's come up for DC. Maybe you convince someone like Durkin and he comes in and he keeps Bobby. I don't know. That'd be about the only way. And I don't know if that'd be opposed to that. I really don't. Like, keep Bobby around, keep some of those offensive players, keep them around.
It's funny because over the last few press conferences, when they've asked the players, what do you think about playing under Bobby Petrino? The offensive players gush on him. And you can tell the defensive players hate him from the way that they talk about him. Well, nothing's brought these guys together like a band of brothers, is what the defense says. The offense is like, Coach Petrino wants us to, succeed in life, and he's trying to do the best for our future, and blah, blah, blah. And the defensive guys are like, well, nothing's brought us together like a band of brothers like this has. So, it wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing if he stayed on as offensive coordinator. If you could find the right coach. The defense was always the major problem in the first place, I suppose. But I don't think he should be the head coach.
Mason says no Gruden. Yeah, if again, like, we know he's offering guys, like they're still offering players. Like, it's almost as if he's just assuming, or he's at least going on as planned. And that's what he should be doing, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just in case, like, hey, maybe I'm here next year. And that's probably what he's telling these recruits. Like, listen, if I'm here next year, we're going to explode. We're going to be great. Come be a part of it. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. And then maybe you can convince
the fumbles and the interception.
Oh God. Yeah. Like there's so much they've got to get fixed. we keep Jackson either way, says Alan Ellis. I don't think that's guaranteed, Alan. I don't know how you would know that. I really don't, unless you're a family member of KJ Jackson. I don't know how you would know that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I would like to keep him at least under Bobby if Bobby is going to be the OC next year. Again, don't think that's going to happen. I think that's the least likely scenario of those options, of him being back in any capacity next year. I mean, we have said all along his future is tied at the waist with Sam Pittman. Yeah. Ty is your wait. What is this? Ty is your Ty. Oh, you're still the guy. Give
one.
me my. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Give
Bobby
my
the
man
one.
some
Bobby
love.
the one.
Bobby the one. No, he's not.
Oh man. Yeah. What do you think of this stuff with Kiffin and do you think this is real, or do you think it's smoke?
Supposedly, Kiffin's family was in Gainesville this weekend and then went to Baton Rouge this weekend, and Ole Miss said, "Stop messing around with us."
Yeah.
I think it's real. Someone mentioned earlier in the chat that they think he's playing chess while Ole Miss is playing checkers. I mean, we know who his agent is.
Yeah, he's a Sexton guy, right?
He's a Sexton guy. So he's looking for money no matter what. Sexton's looking for money regardless of what Lane Kiffin's doing. So if he's following Sexton's advice, trying to get the best payday, maybe.
Ole Miss gave Lane Kiffin an ultimatum, like you mentioned, to decide if he will be leaving the program for Florida or LSU before the November 28th Egg Bowl against Mississippi State. That's what you ought to do if you're Mississippi State. This feels like what the whole Eric Morse or Coach Morse situation was for us. You remember, like, there were all these rumors that he's heading out. His tone was different in the post games. Well, he wouldn't straight up say yes or no when he was asked about it.
Yeah.
So this is, and again, this is Yahoo Sports. This isn't just some Billy Bob Joe, at Land Shark drunk redneck.
What do you do if you're Ole Miss? Because he's got you. He's made you relevant, basically.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze made you relevant and then burned everything down the same way Bobby did with his motorcycle. But Lane has made you relevant. You're just still not, no matter how relevant Ole Miss is, they're not as pretty as LSU or Florida.
Yeah.
And they never will be.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't. So
I agree.
So what do? You tell Lane Kiffin, you know what? Make a decision because you're not the only coach out there.
Yeah. Listen, he's been there longer than I ever thought he'd be there. I did not think he'd be there beyond 4 years. I knew he'd do good there. He was everyone's choice at Arkansas. He was everybody's choice.
I think even if he came to Arkansas, this would be the boat we would be in right now.
Oh, you think so? Like a few years later?
If Florida or LSU came up and he was the Arkansas coach, it would be the same thing.
You're probably right. Yeah. Because Ole Miss and Arkansas, let's be real, their ceilings are very similar at their best. I mean, they just are. And if anyone's going to argue with it, okay, cool. Let's look at our fan NIL. NIL has struggled. Like, let's look at our, the attendances are starting to, they're slowing down, and that's obviously because you're losing. But look at the situation that you're in right now and where you've been going back to since you fired Brett Bielema, or hell, since you hired Brett Bielema. Not that Ole Miss has been any better, but it does help that they cheated and got away with it for a little while. That certainly helped their that helped them in the pecking order in the SEC.
Well, I think too, what I said earlier, success makes people want to be a part of it. Right now, today, if Lane Kiffin said, "Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to Florida," Ole Miss is a better position to be in. Maybe not over time, but it's a better position to be in than Arkansas.
That would be the question, right? Like if he does leave,
15 team.
Yeah. I mean, they're a playoff contender.
So
they're legit playoff contender.
So it is a better position to be in right now. Maybe over time it's not, but today it is a better job.
Well, all time, Arkansas is the better school. Like until until Kiffin got there. They're the better school. They're the better overall school. Pick the sport. Like, they're better than them. But football is what matters. And Lane Kiffin has done a hell of a job. Their fans have done a hell of a job collecting that NIL and getting all that fixed. Now, I would say if we're, I did mention the NIL. And I said, oh, look where they're at. Blah 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 blah. Okay. It also helps they had Lane freaking Kiffin as their head coach. Way more to be excited. That absolutely helps. Sam Pittman was just not it, to get fans excited. By the way, I left the link in chat. If you guys want to call in,
it's time.
Link, it's time. Get calling in here. Get us a call. We had someone ask me about it. It's in the chat. Tell us, say, you're wrong about this. You're right about that. Here's what I'm thinking. Who you going to get? Well, Ty, this is who they going to get. Let me know.
Travis, you better call in, by the way.
He hadn't even responded to the
4 minutes ago.
Oh, he's typing in our chat, though. I see him typing. Because I tagged him. I said, you coming on, bro? No, there it is. I told you. Nah, probably not going to make it tonight, bro. Got to be. Oh, yeah, he's got stuff going on. That's fine. We get it. He doesn't love us. That's okay. So the link is available for you guys. I'll share it again, by God.
Share it.
There it is again. In case you don't want to scroll and you're lazy. Click it. Do it. People see us as the doorman of the SEC, says Hero Blake. Oh, I mean, let's just face it. Yeah,
we are.
It's just where we're at right now. It won't be this way forever.
I never thought I would see the day that Vandy would be a potential playoff team and we would be the doormat.
I know, right? It's like we've stepped into a Rick
but
and Morty.
You can't say that we're like the Vandy of the SEC now because they were in the SEC to raise the grade point average. We are not that.
Yeah, that is also true. Ty charged $150 an hour. Oh, whew. All right. Well, if I got to pay you to come on here, then I don't want you on here then, James. If I got to pay you. So the link is dropped. So there you go. We've dropped it twice.
Where's Brim these days?
Well, I mean, I know he works a lot, so I don't know. Robert Williams says, we in the Twilight Zone.
For real.
It is another. I'm telling you, man. It's Rick and Morty. We're in a Rick and Morty universe where Arkansas is they're just that bad. We do have a call in. We got one. Hey, we got one.
Here we go.
It's MW. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Doing well. So you're in Denver?
Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. Duh.
Yeah. I'm originally from Van Buren, but I joined the Air Force, and then I ended up in Delaware and retired.
Oh, well, thank you for your service, man.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. All
what
right.
You got for us?
Yeah. So the reason I'm calling in is because I'm one of the guys that's like on the Gruden train, and I'll tell you why. So
okay.
I think we need a big name hire. I don't think Deion Sanders or somebody like that's going to work, but I do think Gruden is a big name that could work because he is a people person. He's well known. He's won a Super Bowl. He's popular. I think he can interact with the younger kids, and I think the parents are familiar with him. I know he had some stuff. I know he said some stuff in the past or whatnot. I don't know exactly what he said, but I mean, I don't know. Bobby also wrecked his motorcycle with his mistress on the back, so nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Everybody has baggage.
Exactly, and I just think we need a spark. I think we need that excitement, and to me, it's not like I'm against keeping Bobby. I think he's done as best a job as he could do with what he's got, but it just doesn't excite me because I seen what he did to Arkansas, and outside of the Ryan Mallett and the Tyler Wilson years, granted he got let go, but Louisville, Southwest Missouri State, all the other places he's been to, he has not had sustained success. It's always been like, oh, he's had one or two or maybe three great seasons, but then it's always kind of fell off. So
let me ask you this. Do you feel like you know what you're going to get more so with a Petrino than you do with a Gruden?
So that's a good point. Another reason why I like Gruden is because, and I know Gruden and Pete Carroll aren't the same, but that's the main comparison that I really compare is I look at Pete Carroll. He was an NFL guy. He came down, dropped down into college, and killed it at USC, and now he went back to the NFL. I think Gruden, because he's that same type of personality as Pete Carroll, I think he could connect. Like Bill Belichick, he doesn't have the personality to connect with the college guys. Gruden does. That's why I think that another reason why I think Gruden would do well at Arkansas. And he wants to be in the SEC, and he talks up the Hogs, and, he can get into the living rooms, and he can give that, I don't want to say like Coach Nut rah-rah speech, but he can do that kind of stuff. He can get people excited about the Hogs. There's only one Hog. There's a lot of Lions, Tigers, and Bears, but there's only one Razorback,
Yeah, and that was one of the great. I mean, listen, to this day, I will swear by he's Bobby, or excuse me, Houston Nutt is still my favorite head coach ever in my lifetime because of that. Because he sold the state, the players, his coaching staff on Arkansas, and he was a you call him a car salesman, whatever you want to call him.
But the players believed it. They would run through a wall for him.
They
Talk to
believed
any
it.
player, they'll say that. Like DJ Williams, Matt Jones, all those guys. They loved playing for Coach Nutt.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think you could get that out of Gruden. I think the only argument with the Pete Carroll comparison would be that he did go to USC, and that was a what do you call it? It's like walking into my God, O.J. Simpson played there, right? I mean, all these great players. I know that's probably not the best name to bring up, but
Marcus Allen.
Yeah, Marcus. That's right, Marcus Allen, who played for the Chiefs for a while. That's right. A lot of good players. That's just when USC's rocking, it is USC. The other thing I would say is that he did have a pretty heavy background in the college game for a little while before he went to. I think his first coaching job was like somewhere in the Northeast. But he did coach at Arkansas. He was here as a graduate assistant. He coached at like Iowa State, Ohio State, and I don't remember after that. There was one more school, and then he made that jump to the NFL.
But I don't think he was the head coach. I don't think he was the head coach.
No, he wasn't. He was like I think he coached defense, if I remember right. But he spent a little bit more time at the college level than Gruden did. But I don't think that you're off too far with that comparison, because I mean they're both they're both guys well respected in their practice.
So the one thing about that, when Pete Carroll took over at USC, they weren't the UFC or USC of like what you're thinking of. Be like,
they weren't.
He brought USC back, and you could say the same thing about Arkansas under Lou Holtz or Frank Burles or any of those guys. Every school at some point has had some success. Granted, USC, yes, it is a potential powerhouse program, but Arkansas can be too, and it has been. So I just think you need the right coach, and I think at this point, man, I'm just afraid that we're going to go with another Chad Morris, where it's like another up and comer, or we settle with Bobby, and he does okay for a couple of years, and then we're back in the same boat, and we miss our chance at Gruden, and some other school hires him, like how Lane Kiffin went to Ole Miss. That's my concern. I got the FOMO, I guess.
Yeah, that and a little PTSD too. I mean, and we all do, because
playing hammer down. I don't need that again.
Oh my God! And then the club dub, and oh God, dude, like it was just. It's all good when it works. Like when you're actually winning, then those little mottos work, and it's like, it's like what were the Razorbacks doing under Brett Bielema for a while? They're doing like the diamond. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
the diamond thing when they would score, and now when people do it, it's just cheesy.
Or the Goon Squad.
Was it an A?
They had the Goon Squad.
Yeah,
whatever it was.
Those mottos only work.
Did the root hog thing too?
I think so. There's always something.
We've got Woo Pig Suey, but we're going to introduce root hog. What?
The forward-facing hog came around that time too. Just gross. Well, I hear you on Gruden. Let me ask you: would you have preferred Franklin or any of the coaches like Rhett Lashley? If you could put that list right back together, let's say they're all going to be available, or they are all available, would you put Gruden in front of them?
No, Franklin would have been my number one pick, and Virginia Tech pulled a don't miss on us. Yeah, I would
Again,
have went for Franklin
that way.
because what he did at Vanderbilt and what he did at Penn State, he shouldn't have got fired at Penn State.
oh man,
They're looted. They're crazy. They're senile. Like he took that program. He brought that program back.
yeah, that was coming off all the. Oh my
You have to
gosh.
wonder who is going to be willing to take that Penn State job. Have they hired? They haven't hired.
No,
Well,
they haven't heard not that I've heard anyway.
Drinkowitz was rumored to be like one of their targets. I think. I don't know how
insane.
that'd be a dice
hired
roll.
with a winning record.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of Drinks either. I think he's beaten Arkansas, but I don't think like his record wise, he hasn't beaten a lot of good teams.
yeah,
Like he's beaten a lot of average teams.
that's fair.
Kind of
Yeah.
padded his resume.
Well, if this stuff about if Kiffin does end up going to LSU or Florida, and Tim thinks, I think Tim, you'd said earlier, you think that's smoke screen just to get him more money, right?
Well, there's two things there, really. I need to confirm what I read before. I read that I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. I read that he met his wife in Gainesville. I read that he wears the visor because Steve Spurrier was his idol and the person who made him want to be a coach. And that his wife's dad played for Florida. Those are three things I read. And if that's true, then there's a good chance he could end up at Florida. But I haven't I read that in one article on online. That could be, I need to verify it. That being said, we know what Sexton does. He did it with Malzahn. How many times did he do it with Malzahn?
Oh man,
get raises. And so I could easily see him saying, hey, send your wife and daughters here, then send them over here. Let's make it look like you're going somewhere and Ole Miss is going to give you a raise.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. What do you guys think? Again, my FOMO. Imagine if Gruden goes to LSU or Gruden goes to Florida. Like he will build a monster, no doubt about it. In my opinion.
Who's that? Who's gonna
Gruden? If Gruden went to LSU or Florida, like I think he would build a freaking monster there. Because I mean, they're already elite programs.
It's not always a given, though, right? I mean,
he does have that recruiting base in Florida. If he was to go to a Florida,
which was part of my trying to, my Gruden sell that I made a few weeks ago. That I wasn't saying he's my number one. I was just saying
he was your number 0.5.
You're right. He was my 0.5. That's what I said. That's right. But yeah, I mean that pipeline straight into Tampa. The pipeline straight into Florida. He is a name. I don't know. The pipelines even matter. Like he is that kind of guy that could defy the pipeline, whatever recruiting, whatever you want to do. He could be that guy. Yeah, he's got baggage, and those emails were not kind. And yeah, those would probably be used against him in recruiting. But I think we're in an age now, that it's like, all right, that was the past. Whatever. He's apologized. He regretted what he did and all that. Now it's for real. Like now he wants in the SEC, as MW here pointed out. And it could be a fit. I don't know. It would definitely be, though. We got to be clear. It would be a
risky a little bit.
It would be a risky.
We're at that point. We have to take a risk. You know what I mean? Like we're not. We've been a dumpster fire since Bielema left. Basically, like it's. I mean, I know Sam had a couple good seasons, but overall, it hasn't been that great, especially the last couple years.
July says Gruden is a subpar coach. Fans falling for grift.
You hear that a lot, that he didn't win that Super Bowl with his players, that he won it with Dungy's players.
Dungy's guys.
I don't know that I buy into that.
He still got a ring.
He's got a ring.
He still built that program. He still had the coaching staff.
I'm definitely not making that argument. I'm just saying that's the thing that you hear from people who don't want John Gruden is he didn't actually win a Super Bowl with his own players. He won it with
he won a Super Bowl regardless. So I mean, you can hate on that if you want, but he got the ring. So
yeah, he's the one that got the ring. I mean, that is fair, and he is. I think the thing that is the most attractive for me, if you were to go Gruden, the thing that would get me really excited. It is the possibility of what this man could do as far as getting money pumped into the program and being able to recruit, do whatever the hell he wanted in the portal. I really think that, and that's that is what you need in this situation that the Razorbacks are in right now. You need someone who's going to pump some excitement in. The question is, can he follow up with the product on the field? That's the question. Has the game passed him by? This is college, not the NFL. There's certain ways you go about things. You don't have players tied to a contract in college. You piss them off. I mean, Smart is dealing with this at Georgia right now because of his physical practices. You piss them off, they're gone. Like you can't operate. Remember, that was one of the things that Petrino did not like about being the head coach at Atlanta. There's a certain way you have to coach these guys. It's a different world, but then it's like, I don't think all these kids are soft. I mean, I'm definitely one of those that's like, damn this generation. I'm definitely one of those, but like, I think he could probably build a pretty damn respectable roster. Again, it's everything after that I just don't know. But to be fair, you could say that literally about any single one of the picks that you guys in chat or for those of you who are hardcore against or for, you could say that about your guy too. We don't know what they're going to do as far as the product on the field. It's not a given that Morris is going to come in here and all of a sudden he's going to be the quarterback whisperer and he's going to turn KJ Jackson into a Heisman candidate. That's not a given. We don't know. We don't know until they get here.
You would hope that Gruden comes in with a staff of former NFL or very high quality college where the game passing him by isn't really an issue.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say that too. I do, maybe the game's passing by. Well, if you bring the right coordinators in, then that doesn't have to be an issue at all.
We got Prue. What's going on, man? He's called multiple times. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, Ty? Good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you.
I'm in a great mood. My Rams just yeah, baby.
Sean McVay was about as excited as he's ever been to be a coach.
I'm telling you, I was so excited after that, man.
Running through the team, screaming and cursing, and
that's what the Razorbacks need. They need a McVay. What do you got for us, Prue?
Yeah, real quick about the Rams. My friend Garnett, I live here in Georgia. My friend Garnett grew up in school with at Marist with Coach McVay. Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Coach
McVay.
But about the head coaching search at Arkansas, full disclosure, I am a bit of a Bobby Homer. But
hey, really quick. You sound like your microphone is like in another room. I don't know if just that's okay. I know sometimes it could be on our end too.
That's okay. No, it's the phone. It's the microphone on my phone.
Okay.
I apologize. But I come with a caveat. Is he my number one choice? No. But I think it depends on what day of the week you ask. Like Taylor, that's my first name. My real name's Taylor. So fun thing. Pruitt's my last name. But I'm gonna say, like, depending on what day you ask me, I'll give you a different number one. There's something about an Eric Morris that is, for me, a little bit too intriguing, at least this week. There's a bit of that, like, the quiet guy you got to worry about kind of notion, mentality that I see. I'm not some football whisperer guy. I'm still an armchair coach. I've heard from all the different outlets about supposedly this week that Hunter's looking for a defensive-minded guy, and that narrows it down to like Womack at Alabama, the defensive coordinator, who has a pretty interesting history at South Alabama, where he was able to take them to a 10-win season. And if you don't know anything about the Jaguars, their program is young and not good. You have Will Stein at Oregon. For me, that really like makes the needle move. For me right now, my number one would be an Eric Morris, because again, it's that like quiet guy you got to worry about, that, or something about being that quarterback whisperer, and the Chad Morris, like, well, I recruited Deshaun Watson. Like, yeah, dude, we know you had a mural of that inside the building in Fayetteville with Clemson Paul. Like, get that crap out of here. No, like, this is different, because it's not just Mestamaker right now. It's Cam Ward. It's whole, and it's conquering the world at Incarnate Word, who historically is a good program, but I don't know. For me, the needle moves for an Eric Morris way more than a Silverfield, way more than a Goldish. And then there's this whole world of coordinators that you can't rule out right now, because the reason why I'm still like a Bobby Homer is because this music is about to come to a halt. Like the roller coaster right now is going up the hill, and everyone's kind of excited, maybe a little nervous, maybe you don't like roller coasters, whatever. And you're going to crest the hill pretty soon. And James Franklin already got off. Okay, great. But last time we were looking for a coach, that roller coaster, you went through the whole ride and it came to a stop. And yeah, Sam was the guy for the time, but you kept him around a lot longer than you should, and the music stopped. And how many guys verbally said they didn't want to be here? A lot. And that's why I'm saying, like, be prepared for it to be Bobby Petrino. I don't, again, not my first pick. I want some fresh legs in here, like the average fan probably does too, more so than Bobby. But that's my 2 cents on the thing. Is just that quiet guy, like the guy they told you, that's Eric Morris to me. I don't know if y'all watched their games this year. They're a lot of fun. But the last thing I'll say is the coach at New Mexico. It's really funny you brought him up, because something in the almighty algorithm with college football lately has been putting them on my feed about what they've been accomplishing this year. And it's I'm not going to say it's intriguing, but it's really impressive. That, what is it? Eck? Is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
What he's been able to do at University of New Mexico. That's who all these schools, including Arkansas, are going to be left scrambling for, are these up and comers, because there's just too many vacancies that are open now, and more are going to open.
It's like a record. It's a record year.
Yeah.
Am I hearing a parakeet?
No, that was my wife just texted me, and I didn't have my phone on silent. I have a duck quack as my.
Oh, okay. I was like,
text.
What an intriguing call we have here. This guy's got a bird in the background. I should have known it was a text.
Yeah.
Someone, Arizona Tim, asked you about your hat. He says, "Is that an Arizona?
Oh,
is that a Diamondback hat?"
I'm a Matt. No. So I grew up a Braves fan.
Oh.
You say you grew up a Braves fan?
Braves fan.
That's what you get right there.
I grew up a Braves fan. We watched Dale Murphy and the Dale Murphy years and the Dave Justice years.
Call back in, Prue, if you get a chance.
I'm gonna have to hop off here in a minute too, but I do want to say one thing real quick.
Yeah.
Before I hop off. So, again, the Morris thing. I mean, I'm not saying I'm against it, but is he going to move the needle? Is he going to be able to generate the excitement like a Gruden would? And is he going to potentially be another Mike Norvell at Florida or Florida State, wherever he went? There's a lot of you're making a big gamble here, and I'd rather gamble with somebody who's a big name coach who has won at the highest level, who I know can recruit.
Oh,
all these other guys, it's just a big unknown. At least there's some check marks next to Gruden.
Yeah, I mean, I hear where you're coming from, but I think they're all just check marks. To me, Gruden would be probably the biggest dice roll of the bunch, just because he's not coached college in a long time. And I get we could talk about Pete Carroll, we could talk about what's his name? On to Cincinnati, Bill Belichick at North Carolina. And I realize he's kind of turning things around a little bit there. I don't know, man. I'm not saying I'm against it. The thing that does get me excited about him, it is that recruiting aspect. I think he could fill that void. But you could be onto something, man. He could be the next Pete Carroll. I don't know. He could be. Never say never. I've learned to just accept that. Never say never.
I think there's so many openings that he probably will land somewhere.
He will.
I hope it's at Arkansas personally, and if not, then we'll see. I just hope we end up going with the right guy.
He wants in it so bad. He wants into coaching so bad. I think he'll end up somewhere. I appreciate you calling in, MW.
Yeah, man, you guys take care. Appreciate it.
Hey, real quick, who you gonna get? You gotta say it. You gotta do it. Do the who you gonna get?
Who you gonna get?
Boom, there it is. Nice.
Take care, guys.
All right, man. Until next time.
Woo pig. Later.
Take care.
Prue's back. Okay. You're back,
Last
Prue.
thing we heard was you grew up a Braves fan.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you.
Oh.
But y'all both. I see y'all both went when I asked if you could hear me. Um, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna talk, say my little piece. Arizona Tim asked about my hat. Um,
Oh.
so my family is from Clarksville, and my cousin Scott Klein is on the coaching staff
Okay.
for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's
so
cool.
He was with the Padres for 8 years before that. So wherever he's been in the league, I've become a massive fan of.
Oh, that's
and he's
cool.
been with the D-backs for the last 4 years, going on 5, and that's my connection to the Diamondbacks. So So, sorry, my wife called and cut me off, but it's all good, man. Love the show, and today for me, it's Eric Morris. I still can't hear you guys, but who am I gonna get? Who are you gonna get?
There we go.
Anyway,
There you go.
Get some. Go Hogs, I guess. Let this carousel stop. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thanks, man. All right, we got the link in there. If you guys want to call in really quick, we got like 10 minutes before we cut this thing off. So if you guys want to call in, we are gonna end it on for you. If you do call in, I want you to give me the best who you gonna get that you've got in you. That's what I want to hear, because that's where we're at right now as a program, man. There are no answers and don't expect any. I also need to clarify something up. I said something last week. I went on this spiel about how they need to make the hire now, need to go public with it, go get your guy, so on and so forth.
For recruiting sake.
For recruiting sake, and putting together a roster and a team. I was saying that in thinking in mind, like, they're going to hire someone that's probably not already hired, or maybe they will go public with somebody. Maybe they will. That's already a coach, but someone called me out for that in the post live chat, and I was like, yeah, it's actually a good point. They were like, well, no one in their right mind is going to do that, Ty. That's probably actually a good point. They probably won't.
Except now you've got Ole Miss saying you've got till the Egg Bowl.
That's exactly right. Like,
I mean, so
that is very true.
Some of these schools would rather know than have to start their coaching search during the recruiting process.
God, I'm telling, if this Lane Kiffin stuff is true, oh my God, like, it's just going to make the end of the season all the way into December. It's just going to be a mad dash. It's going to be crazy, and you really could end up with someone said Bob Chesney. Someone mentioned the James Madison head coach. You could end up with a Chesney. You could end up with the New Mexico coach. You really could. Jason Eck. Yeah. July. Hey, man.
Hey, can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you and see you, brother.
Okay. The main reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted to make you jealous. I want you to look at those cheese
What
sticks
the
right there.
hell?
Look at that, dude. And I haven't eaten dinner. That's not
Dibs
fair.
Razorback right there. Look at that. I'm about to eat almost all of this. Second thing,
That's not fair.
even though I already gave a super chat for this, I just want to say Gruden, he did win a Super Bowl. Whether it was his team or not, I mean, if we're going to go by rings, Trent Dilfer is a quarterback with a ring, and that guy sucked. Mike McCarthy is a coach with a ring over like 13 or 14 years of coaching. That guy sucks. I hate him. So, I mean, he might have a ring, but he had a .511 overall record in the NFL. I like him. I think he's exciting. I think he's a fun dude to watch. I think for the first year, it would be the talking point of college football. The Arkansas Razorbacks hired Gruden. I do think it would just come crashing down as soon as I just don't think we would do well, and I think as soon as we don't do well, it's going to come crashing down around us. I think that's a short-lived, like 2-season, just big mistake. I like Eric Morris. I mean, he's a offensive specialist from Texas with the last name Morris, so part of me is also extremely worried about what could happen with that. But I like Eric Morris a lot. And then the other option, people are mentioning it, we could just end up with Bobby. I don't think we will. I think that train has left a long time ago. I hope we don't. I like Bobby. But in my opinion, nothing's changed with the team, which I get it. interim coach, it's hard to change things, but we're losing games by 3 points still. Our offense is atrocious. Every second half of a football game, it's just crap. They've let go. It's like our offense has let go of the rope. Our defense has somewhat picked it up, I guess. I mean, it can't be worse than it was at the start of the year. They've gotten better. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say, and I just wanted to make you jealous with all that Jim's Razorback food.
Oh, man. Well, hey, before you go, give me who you going to get.
Who you gonna get?
All right. That's fair. Damn, that was loud. There you go. All right. I was going to say, I appreciate you. Yeah, Eric Morris has caught steam. And by the way, North Texas is knocking on the door of an 11-1 season.
Yeah.
Their only loss was to South Florida where they were blown out. Well, I guess, it's a blowout, 63-36. They did hang 36 on South Florida. You could say they play an easy schedule, and I agree with you, but it's not like North Texas is brimming with 4-star P4 talent either. I mean, they're playing with similar talent, compared to the rest of the field. He blew out UTSA 55-17. I mean, they're racking up points. This is the number. It's like the top 3 offense in the country.
He was. I don't know if he still is, but he was the top quarterback in the country.
Yeah,
passing, not all purpose.
I think so. Actually, I
don't think he matched Talon for all purpose, but
all purpose would probably go to. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I think he's still up there, is he not, Talon?
I think so.
Total offense, they are. Is this yards or passing? I think this is total yards. They are 1, 2, 3, 4. They are 5th in the country. And they've been top 3 like all year.
Yeah.
This is the first time I think I've seen them out of the top 3, top 4. They're right, but they're in the top 5. Yeah, they don't play anybody. That's fair. But again, it's not like
but they aren't anybody. It's not like they're Alabama playing nobody. And so they're a top 5. They're a nobody playing nobodies.
Exactly.
The level of competition is about the same.
And he's developed talent. We know all about that. Arkansas, by the way, is still like in the top 10 in total offense. You know that?
I mean, I didn't, only because we can't hold on to the ball, so it's kind of hard to believe.
Okay, 13th. My bad. I need my eyes checked. But to be fair, like 4 of the teams in front of them have played one more game. Indiana, Texas Tech, and Ole Miss have all played 11. Arkansas only played 10. So I don't know if their offense gets much better because they got Texas and Mizzou left. But, I guess who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we kind of covered it all. Arkansas tomorrow night. They're going to play Winthrop. So, again, just make sure you have the notification bell clicked. So that way, if I go live, I'll probably do one of these games. If I did one, it would probably be Winthrop. It would not be Jackson State. They're just not that good. And it's a Friday night. I try to, hang out with, playing video games with friends or hang out with the family or whatever. So I don't know if I'll do that Friday night or not. It's looking like probably not, but we'll see. Again, hit the notification bell. Shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than the best. 1,000+ 5-star reviews. Travis and the boys are killing it. Free estimates.
Travis will be at my house fixing a garage on the 21st. Actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You backed into your garage door or something, right?
Thank you. It's Ty's night to call me out. No job, broken garage door. Thanks, Ty.
I love you. You're my boy. I got you. That's
give ball taken back. It's going to John Haas.
I'll still give you your card. I'll still give you your Brazil. I owe it to you. 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. And again, thank you to Patreon supporters. You guys are literally helping keep the lights on, keeping this show rolling. We are a truly independent live show. We're small, but baby, we're knocking on the door. 2 million total views. We just hit 1.9 million. That's awesome. You guys are rock stars. I appreciate every one of you. And of course, Tim and Travis for helping me get there. I'm not doing this alone. So I do appreciate you guys as well. All right. We'll be back. I'll be back at some point this week, for sure Wednesday night. So yeah, I guess we will see you then. We'll end on this. Who you going to get?